I know the lighting is really bad. The main light in here is blinding and it's late. So I hope you guys are okay with it. I don't know why I'm so okay. I don't know. I feel this need. Maybe it is oversharing. I'm sure it's trauma related, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna overshare. I'm in the mood that I'm in because I had some me time and some personal me time, and I swear, y'all, like, it's incredible when you're like seeing dragons. I'm trying not to be vulgar. I'm not talking about doing drugs. I'm talking about the O, okay? You know what I'm talking about, okay? It's been a little while. Anyway. Okay, what was the message that was trying to come through? Okay, here's kind of the thing that I'm getting is that it's like, it sucks kind of when you sometimes want, like, a lot different aspects of this journey, but like, now I can't even talk, but, it sucks because it's like there's this knowing that so many of us are on this journey and like we're out and doing our thing, but it's like we can't like communicate. We can't like group up and chit chat and like have like we can, because like if you join meditation groups or you go to retreats and stuff, like you should for sure. But like aside from that, we don't get to like, but then we're all going through this, like these similar situations. And then when you like start to see the truth and like, it's like, there really are like so much of this tarot reads, I'm just like, all right, like listening to what's going on. But I'm like, then I start to see like, it's really like most of that stuff is like for real. It's like there are really people that think that they get reward without effort. And like, I remember that in my family, like you start to piece it together because it's like, I remember like my aunt saying like one time we were all together and like my uncle was like doing really good with some sort of business, whatever, he was doing good financially, and she was like, share the wealth, making jokes about like asking like, sharing it family. And like one time I was talking about writing a book, and she was like, and she had talked about how I was such a deep thinker and stuff like that, and which I thought was interesting too, because it was like that was never something that was told to me. It was something that I had to like. I don't want to get on too many side topics, but it's like there's all these different pieces where you're like you couldn't see these things about yourself, and you somehow, it's like we just tried to justify all of this stuff around us, even though we were different than that. Even though it was like I didn't want to act that way or think that way or be that way, but you don't. It's like it took so long to start really questioning it and to really start to see like the truth in it. And I mean, that's why it feels normal, because everyone around you is doing it. It's like when that stuff is, when you meet people and they always want to gossip. Oh yeah, okay. I was skipping around. Yeah, she said that. She was like, let me know. It was like, let me get a percentage, or I'll help you with the idea or something like that. And it was like, but it's like, and most of their conversations are about making fun of people or money. It's like, it's always those, I'm sure there was some other stuff, but it's just, it's sort of frustrating when you keep coming back around to like, it seems like that the situation never it's like these moments where it feels like it never changes, but at the same time you are slowly like seeing, you are pulling that this is the way that it works, where you're pulling these different aspects back into yourself. And Yeah, like that. Because like with my brother, like my brother got into, we both took the course for the, what's it called? Gifted education. But my brother passed the test and I didn't. So I didn't get in. And he was like always would go, he was just like into like not comic books. He read a lot of books, and he both my brother and sister were very like scholastic, very scholarly or whatever. But it's like my brother would like analyze movies and talk about it and stuff, and my mom always talked about how he was such another level, and how smart he was and all these things. And he is. I mean, he is. It's not that he's not any of that stuff, but it's like you see, because it's like and I'm still this way. I want to be humble. Like, I want to be humbled. So it's like, it's crazy how it's like, to me, it makes sense that it was like, I just couldn't see myself. I couldn't see who I really was. And it was weird too, because it's not like I didn't have passions, but that also showed me aspects of myself that's like, I like to challenge myself. I like to be brave. I like to push my own limits. Like, I like those are like aspects of me. And I remember my mom was terrified of going to horse shows and stuff, because I mean, it is a dangerous sport. But okay, I knew there was a main point, is that it's like, one of the other things that shows you how it's like you're meant for this other way, and we just have to, I mean, I don't know, it's more just like wanting to keep putting stuff out there so that we don't feel like we're alone and that we don't give up, because it's like none of this really you get to this place of just like, okay, like now I've seen the patterns over and over and over, and I just have to accept it. Like, it is what it is. But the other part is that all of these people are always in this pick me energy, always. And it will come out all different kinds of ways. It will come across as a business deal. It'll come across as, hey, thinking about you, call me. I mean, I've had like, I don't know how many texts from random numbers. Hey girl, howdy, like all just random shit lately. And so it's like, and it's like every time you go up a level, or every time you're really in a place of empowerment, or really in a place, not necessarily of peace, but like, you'll keep getting these like quote attacks, like where it'll get a bunch of, or for me it's just been this way, you'll get a bunch of comments or a bunch of like stuff thrown at you or whatever. Sometimes it's even just like something like, I'll put like a dance out there, and it'll be like really sensual or just like really intense, and I'll get like a random government phone call or something. There's always something. But you just, then the more after it happened, you kind of are getting almost numb to it. It's like after it happens so many times, you're just like, okay, like this is just these are like programs that people are running on. And it's like, I don't want to say that they're a broken record, but in a way it starts to seem that way. And you just start to see how it's like, it's this power hunger that they have, and it's sad, really. But okay, one more thing that was standing out to me is, it's like, although I don't feel productive like I used to be one time, but now I know, because I'm doing things on my own and I want to take care of myself and my body, I rest a lot more, and I also don't want to get caught in my mind. I want to continue to release my mind. But so to me, I'm not like productive like the way I used to be. But this is another thing that's interesting, is it's like, because both of my parents are, my dad's very much like chill and like doesn't even necessarily move quickly, but my mom is can be a very anxious person. But it's interesting because it's like, I always makes me, after going through all this, it makes me wonder, like, what are they like when you're not around, because it's like my mom would take time off whenever we would go over to her place for like 4 hours at a time sometimes. And she would take time off of work, but then she couldn't keep Teddy for me because she supposedly worked 60-hour weeks. And I remember when I was living with her, she did seem to be working a lot. And like, I remember that growing up, that it was like, I remember her being like anxious a lot. This was later though. I mean, it was like, she was a stay-at-home mom for a while, but I don't know. She always seemed to be like keeping herself busy. So I don't know. I always felt like I wasn't like a high producer. Or I wasn't like, I knew I was driven, but it wasn't like no one said those things to me. Is what I'm saying. It was like, that's not totally true. Like I think things were said at different times, but it wasn't like you're breadcrumbed. You're always breadcrumbed, so you don't get like this solid reflection or support of like who you're meant to be in this life. So that's it all. I guess it all goes together, because it's like, to be sovereign, you have to do all these things on your own. There was one other thing though. Oh man, because I'm tired now. I kind of think it's like, this got way too dragged out. I kind of think it works out the way it's meant to, because you can't just see all aspects of yourself, like all of it. Like you wake up the next day and you're like, oh, I am all these things. Like it doesn't work that way. But it does, I guess, come back to like just being able to have tunnel vision toward whatever it is that you want to do. And also like loving, it's really just like so much self-love, because it's like, it still is a journey with that. It still is a journey every day of letting the mind go and not attaching things, because there's so many aspects of it that are really sick, because it's like, I always have this desire for connection. I truly hope I don't ever lose that, because I don't want to become bitter. I don't want to hate people. I don't want to not get clients. I don't want to not work with people. And I've only ever been messed with through my email. Like, and that's there was a part of me at one point that I was like, okay, I guess I should just not do email. But I was like, no, fuck that. Like, I don't want to let this other energy win. It's fucked up that they just think they can infiltrate your life. Like, it's wrong on every level. And we have to keep reminding ourselves of that, because even like, if that's the other part to it, like, if I got to a place, there is this knowing that you're supposed to be, that you're driven, that you're ruthless, that you're relentless, you're persistent, you're not going to give up. Like you're gonna get to this place where you have, who knows? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would ever be a millionaire, but it's like, there's something to your energy. So it's very sick. It's very sickening when you're like, this is messed up. These people are doing this, and you only have good intentions. And that's the other part, because it's like, God does have to work out any greed in us, and any, and fear too, like a fear of, scarcity and like security and stuff like that, because that's been a big one for me as a mom. Like that's been really, really hard. So, but I know that if I did have, now and ain't not only that, but I know I need to figure out how to protect it, because I don't want, I'm not even there's been other weird shit about people finding my credit card number and having no idea how that's happened, to make fraudulent purchases that I had to cancel. So it's like, it's been insanity. And it's weird how it like literally all started happening when I separated myself. And so it's like, that's how you know that it's like, it's truly a matrix, where there's Agent Smiths that are like around every corner, and they just want information from you, or and there's a guy that I follow, Chris Josh. He has a bunch of books, and he speaks on YouTube. He has a channel, and he said that like, all the people from your past that you've walked away from, like they want money, but it's also like it's truly like the lifestyle, but in the sense of like, they want to just like indulge, because it's interesting to me, because it's like, you'll start to see the patterns. And that's really all we get, because these are all, for me at least, it's all been fake accounts. And so it's like, all you really get is being able to notice the patterns, because there will be people that will still make the same comments that were made like 2 years ago. And I'm like, I'm not in the same place. Like, I caught on now. Like, and like stuff like something about going to the bar. And it's like, that's not something that I do. Like, I would. So it's all just like, it's just messed up, because it's like, it gives you they want to pull you in and get your consent on something so that they can reap some more benefits. And so it's very sick. But somehow in their mind, they think that, I don't know how they justify it. I don't know, because they were just like, oh, you're happy and I'm not, so I get more, even though like there's no reciprocity from the beginning. But they just want to reap some of the good. That's where you really have to like let it go and focus your energy back in on whatever you want to do, because it's like, it will drive you crazy, because it's like, it's so fucked up. And it's truly like it's truly like a virus. It's truly like they just want to attach to you to drain you. And it's like, I can't sit in that space very long, because it's like, there's no part of me that can understand why there are people here that do this, or like why it would be this way. But it's like, it's like there's a guy that talks about how narcissists open up portals when they're younger, and then they get stuck, or something happens where they're stuck and they're stuck in some sort of darkness. So it's like, when they are around light beings and around, because they're always stalking. So it's like, they're raising their vibration enough or something when they're doing that. And then if they get attached, they can suck your life force and get higher vibration, and or get money to go back into to indulge in whatever it is that they partake in. Because that's what's interesting to me, because I'm like, no, I don't, that's not the lifestyle. I don't do that for this reason, because I want to continue to purify my energy. I mean, I might do something like that once in a while, but I can't even remember the last time I had a drink. So, this is 18 minutes of just me rambling. I just know that like, when you come back to feeling God, and it's like, that is truly the feeling of like, we're never disconnected. It's so wild, because it's like, and then I'll see a post from someone else that's like on this journey, and I'm like, I feel so connected to them. But it still is sad to not be able to like see more people in the physical and stuff. Anyway, just know that like, I think as we kind of unravel it and like see these patterns, it's like, it just goes to show you that it's like, you're on the path. Thank you. You're on like the path that you're meant to be on. And the more emotionally detached you are to this, the less energy that you're giving away to anything that is a waste of time. Because I think that's the thing that drives all of us crazy, is it's like, there was all of this time that I gave to people instead of being on mission and serving and having real connections and sharing love and the things that you want to do while you're here. All right, I love you guys. I love you.